What we want to do today is not so much teach you how to identify mushrooms, but teach you how to learn to start identifying mushrooms. As you can see from all the mushrooms out here, there is so much variety that there's nobody who can learn them all in the first season. All these mushrooms you see before you were picked yesterday and a few this morning. And that's how many were in the one area we went to yesterday. If you look around the table, you'll see that some have gills when you look under, and some have what are called pores. So look at some of the mushrooms on the table. Some don't have anything. When you turn them upside down, they're just covered all the way around. This is one of our poison ones. These, as an amanita, they grow out of a cup. And you can see, I got this one. I just found this one this morning. And it's fabulous because you could see it starting to come out of its cup. And if it's in a cup like this, it's going to be a poison mushroom. But you don't always see the cup that's underground when it's finally, this much of it was under dirt. But that's what it was when it started, and it shrinks down. This is a chanterelle. This is one of the most common edibles around here. This looks a lot like it when you first see it. This is a poison mushroom, and there's a big difference between this and that. If you look at the back of these things, when you first see them, they have a lot of similarities, but when you look at the top, they're very different, and this becomes a vase or a tube. What I thought we would do is have everybody pick a mushroom at your table and start working on it together, and see if you can come closer using books, and we got a magnifying glass if you need a look. And we're real curious about a few of them that we found that we've never seen before. If I'm out looking for edibles, I go out for the one edible I know. I know about 10 now. It's a fried chicken mushroom. It didn't taste like fried chicken, it just tastes like mushroom. But it was an edible, but they don't eat them this big. They eat them much smaller. And so, you know, it's not just learning which one is edible, but when it's at its best to eat as well. Because some of them you want them to be, you know, fully grown. Others you want to catch them in the buttons. Gills white or tinged cap color. Okay, they're not exactly white or tinged cap color. Milk white, not changing color when exposed. This milk is yellow, so that's not it. See, next weekend we have Jake. And Jake is going to say, that's a lactarius blah, 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 yes. And he knows because he's writing a book. He knows. got 700 pages done. I mean, yeah, he's been at it he's a scientist.
More or less round.
Welcome all of you to the Estacada Festival of Fungi for well, that's a mouthful. One thing you must know about mushroom hunting is every time you go out, you don't find something. It's not a guaranteed thing. And that's part of the fun of the hunt. You know, you don't always, you get skunked sometimes when you go out into the woods. As somebody once said to me, it's an Easter egg hunt for adults. It's Christmas, and I'll tell you, in the springtime when we find morels, you know, you can go out looking for morels, and you could be standing in a forest of them and not see them because they're so hard to see. They blend into the ground. And then all of a sudden you sit down in the log and you're discouraged and you're going, God, what's wrong? There's none out here. And you look and you go, oh, there's one.
And there's another.
Oh, there's another. Oh my God, they're everywhere. There's a few things I'd like to go over with you to ensure your safety. It's very easy to get distracted out there because you're looking down at the ground and you find something and you're running towards it. You need to stay within visual contact with at least one member of the group. You may think, you know, well, I'm only going to go this far off the road, and sometimes you wander a lot further than you think, and you can get disoriented out there. And, you know, if it ends up that you have to spend the night out there, you better have some kind of backup plan when you go out in the woods. First thing is you need a first aid kit. Second is food. Maps are essential. Matches that will burn for 15 minutes, and they will burn underwater. Also, a little fire starter. A mirror is good for signaling. A flashlight. Batteries. Wow. TP, another thing to carry. Of course, we can't forget the whistle and the compass. So we're gonna head into the forest over there. These white ones here, I would say these are russulas.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And they're not supposed to be that great to eat, right?
No, they're edible. Yeah, and there's these little guys down here too.
One of these two.
These are probably Mycena.
It actually has velvety cap, and I think that...
Oh, that's an edible.
Yeah.
Make sure you're absolutely 100% positive of the identification of the mushroom that you want to eat and put into the pot. The weather has been a bit uncooperative for us to be finding a lot of mushrooms because it hasn't rained in several weeks now.
You like moisture?
And they do like water.
What is generally the length of the season?
Last year it was probably a month. Other years, this year it started in August. And who knows how late it'll go. Probably till the snows come.
Wow.
Mushrooms and people both inhale oxygen and exhale CO2, which plants do just the opposite. They inhale CO2 and exhale oxygen. So we kind of depend on each other. Yeah. So that's a gill mushroom. It looks like something's been eating it. There's 1.5 million.
Oh, wow. 1.5 million.
1.5 million is what they estimate as the number of species that exist in the world. And they've only identified 15,000 of them.
Right on. So what do you think it is?
I think it's a ruchula because I'm looking at a really nice stiff white stem, and it's got a white gill. There you could see. Ruchulas are edible, but they're not all tasty.
Find somebody to go with who has experience. You can go on tours, or you can join different groups like the Oregon Mycological Society. It's an adventure. It's just a lot of fun. Man, it's almost addictive. You kind of get into it, and you're always waiting for the next mushroom season to go out. You know, right now I don't know. I wake up in the morning and think about it, and after you've had a successful day mushroom hunting, you dream about it at night.
Smithii looks a lot like Agaricus augustus. It's got a slimmer stem, it's more trimmer. And on Agaricus augustus, the scales are tawny, but on Smithii, the scales are more brown.
Okay, so it's probably Agaricus smithii.
Yeah, it's probably.
All right.
That's what I go by. Some mushrooms are edible, and some mushrooms aren't edible. And the only way you can really tell the difference between what is edible or not is experience. That's the reason why it's really wise to join a mushroom group like the Cascade Mycological Society, or the Willamette Valley Mycological Society based in Salem, or the OMS, which is Oregon Mycological Society based in Portland. Studying and learning about mushrooms is one thing. It's the people that really are more interesting than the mushrooms themselves when you get involved with the mushroom club.